Yo, what's going on, Talk Nice Nation?
What's good?
And thank you for checking out today's episode.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Make sure you visit our website, ttmnbrand.com, where you'll find all upcoming announcements, our latest clothing drops, and future events.
Yes, sir. And also, for anyone interested in collabs or potential sponsors, hit our email at ttmnbrand@gmail.com.
That's right.
Let's get it.
They've been trying to stop the wave, but the wave don't stop. Whoa. Hey, talk to me now, show you what these really about. Whoa. Hey, talk to me now, show you what these really about. Whoa. Hey, talk to me now, show you what these really about. Whoa.
What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Me Nice podcast. You already know the drill. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm Cristiano.
And tonight, we got a special episode going on. Last episode of the year, of this crazy-ass 2020 year. You know, we had to end it on the right note with our good friend,
That's right.
Miss Kloe Valentine.
Hey guys.
Now, this is one of 3 attempts that we tried getting Kloe. We had to reach out to her manager. You know, we got her rate right this time, but
Listen, it's no secret
we finally made it happen.
that it's really difficult to get in touch with me. I think everybody who knows me knows that.
Nah,
Well,
listen.
you've definitely been busy lately.
I'm a busy girl.
Yeah,
You've definitely been busy lately.
been making some moves
A lot
lately.
And
of
I'm
things.
not sorry about it either.
Nah, listen, we just had to make it happen. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, we appreciate your time. But, you know, listen, for any listeners out there, any viewers out there, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, who you are, where you're from, what you do, you know, things like that.
My name is Kloe Valentine Coppola. I am from Philly. I am an artist. I'm 28 years old. Yeah.
And it's been a busy fucking
been a
year
very
for
busy
you.
year for
you
me.
know,
Oh my gosh.
I know this time's been, you know, hectic and a mess and a blessing all in one
Yes.
for a lot of people. You know, but it's good to see, you know, you making moves, and we definitely want to have you on an episode because of the moves and because of the things you've been doing recently. You
Of
know,
course.
I know you might have more time on your hands now to kind of pivot into a different lane, you know, and really dive into your art. You know, you're always an artist at heart, it seemed like, you know.
I have been, yes. I've been an artist my whole life.
So let's talk about art then. I mean, what made you, you know, get into art? Is this something recent? Is this something that you've always, you know, gravitated to your whole life?
So I've been drawing ever since I can remember. I definitely remember being a very, very young girl and drawing my first pictures of human body, the human body. I was just very curious as a child, and I think that was how I learned how to express myself. So I'm actually very much an introvert. The way I express myself is through my art.
Okay.
I don't know if a lot of people understand that, you know.
Right.
Art seems like a cool talent that people are given, and, you know, just creating pictures for people to enjoy. But in reality, there's actually a deeper meaning to it all. Well, for me at least. So.
Right. So, like, you know, as recent, it seems like a lot of your work. I mean, you definitely have both styles, from, you know, a black and gray to, you know, a lot of colors you could get involved. But, you know, when you were younger, what did it start with? Just drawings, you know, pen, paper, stuff like that.
Yeah, like I said, I was a very curious child. I remember this one memory really stands out to me, but I was drawing the female body parts, and my parents found the pictures. And they were like,
What the hell?
what is this? And I was confused, because to me it was just drawing. It was just art. I was trying
Right.
to learn and, you know, express myself. So that's as far back as I can remember. And then from there on, I've just had a crazy imagination my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just always a creative person.
Right.
Honestly, I even went to college a little bit, but it was always hard for me to stay focused. I was distracted drawing in my notebooks. And it's so
Right.
weird, because I never, ever even imagined having a career, you know, based on being a creative person. But
Like, you feel like you probably should have
feels
been
right.
at a school of the arts rather than like a other regular school. You know what I mean?
honestly, that's a good question. I don't feel like I wasted my time at regular school, and I don't wish that I went to an artistic school either. I did a little bit of art classes when I was younger, and I just didn't feel like that was a right fit for me. I wanted to express myself my own way. So I don't think I would have excelled in art school.
I truthfully feel like even like art schools like that, they kind of try to push on a style or a certain way to
It
be
becomes homework.
as an artist
Yeah.
versus really having like a free and full range to do
Definitely.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like you might like drawing more risque style things or different styles that
Right.
maybe isn't traditional to a normal artist. And that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because
Definitely.
that's you and like you said, it comes out and expresses.
Right. I feel like if somebody were to turn it into homework for me,
Yeah,
You-
because
or
they're,
a chore.
they're teaching their style
Right,
I
on
wouldn't
you,
find
and it's
joy in
not
that.
really
Yeah.
true,
Right.
authenticity.
A lot of times, so here's another thing people don't understand. I can't sometimes just put my mind to the paper and create. It's a emotionally taxing thing sometimes.
It's how you feel.
I really have to tap into my emotions, and I know it's not like that for every artist, but
Yeah, your drawings are just pure emotion. So fast forward to 2020 now, and you're doing some of these, you know, huge pieces. You know, back in the day, you know, you were
Right.
younger, you were just doodling, maybe drawing, and now today, you know, it's crazy to see you're doing like, you know, big pieces for yourself or for different clients or even like mural size. You know, so is that something where you kind of just teach yourself as you go, or do you have a mentor? I know Aloysius is a good friend of yours, and you
shout
know,
out to Elias.
shout out to Aloysius, a friend of ours as
He's
well.
an incredible friend, incredible
like you just
mentor.
got into using that medium
Yeah.
of spray paint and stuff like that.
This year. I picked up my first spray paint can, I want to say maybe February or March. And it just came naturally to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I like paint, I like colors, I like freedom, expression, movement. So I knew Aloysius was really, really good in this medium. And
Yeah.
I knew him from the bar at Tradesman's.
Yeah.
That's where we met.
That's where we met him as well.
Yeah. So it was a blessing meeting him. He's taught me so many things. We started meeting up at Graffiti Pier, I want to say like back when COVID was first happening, and that was when I learned. It was so funny, the spray paint that I showed up with. It's so embarrassing
Well, it's
looking
like
back.
it's
It
not
was
like the right
basically a
one?
can from Home Depot, house paint, but yeah, let's say I've learned a lot since then. So
Yeah, I feel like aside from being, you know, a very talented artist, I think Aloysius just has a great way of pulling the most out of people
He loves
and
to help
pulling
people.
the artist out of you even more. You
Yeah,
know, that's what it
absolutely.
seems like. It seems like he definitely helps with a lot of people.
He loves to help people.
Yeah.
He's such a good friend. And he actually put together a mural festival back in October or
Just
November.
recent.
Yeah. Beginning of November, which I was a part of. It was so incredible, the amount of artists that he brought into it, along with Prism Studios, just everybody collectively. I mean, to see them want to bring all these artists together to learn from each other, to
Yeah.
collab, to meet each other.
Different styles.
Yeah, it's just such a great community. He's just one example of how awesome these people are, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody just, you know, loves to bounce our creativeness
Yeah,
off each other.
and he seems so into it, like that's his life. When he was on the podcast, last season.
Oh yeah.
That's really the first time I ever talked to him was during the
Yeah.
episode, and just to see that he's
He
so
breathes it, he eats it.
breathes it.
Yeah.
He can't shut it off.
I
Like
think
he
it-
can't shut it off. It's just a constant flow.
Yeah.
And
I
to
think
me,
he
that's
said
awesome.
I think he said a goal of his was to have like a piece of his art in every country
Yeah.
or in every city
That's
or
right.
state,
Yeah.
across the world.
I think
so.
he said something like the world's like one big coloring board. I don't know if he said
Aloysius?
this, and he's like he just wants to color as many spaces,
Yeah.
So
that you
awesome.
can.
Yeah, he's going to have to take me on his next
Me and
trip.
Rob will be cruising around, but like there's an Aloysius piece like,
Every time.
all
Yo,
the
we
time.
see
Me
it.
too.
We
Me
see him in the
too.
city.
Yeah.
We
I
see-
know.
And I'm like, that's definitely.
Sticker,
Yeah.
mural, anything.
We at least cross one like
But
every time in the car.
It's good to have like a distinctive style though. Like you see this piece right behind us, right?
Yeah.
And this is like your style. You see Aloysius, you can tell colorful, a lot of things like
Yeah.
that. That's his style.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your style. So what would
Yeah.
you I call it the Kloe style.
It's
I
really
s-
hard to.
It seems like a lot of females, happen to be in your art.
Which is, I mean, my personal favorite.
Yeah, you know,
I
sometimes.
mean, the female
I don't think
body.
anybody's
I mean,
complaining yet.
the female body is just a very sexy thing to look at.
Right. I
agree.
It's a very
But
sexy
sometimes-
piece of art in itself.
Sometimes,
Exactly.
your art could be very lively and colorful, or sometimes
It's a
it
little-
could be darker and grungier.
right.
And I guess that just is how
Yeah.
you're feeling
That's
at the
right.
moment. Is that just how it goes?
Well, I like to think that I mean, everybody has a dark side, I think. I like to embrace mine.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
I think it's awesome to have that balance of both.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know?
hard to explain.
My personal favorite was a piece you did over the quarantine. It was like a girl with glasses, and it had bananas.
Banana. Yeah.
And just the color
Oh,
of
that's
it,
cool, yeah.
the color of it reminded me of like, you know, The Weeknd had a CD or like an album cover, and like his artwork kind of
Yeah.
was like the similar colors. And when I saw that, I'm like, all right, you know, Chloe's for real. She's not fucking around, and you know, she's got something. And when you told me that you already sold it,
Yeah. To my buddies.
you know, like that right there, you know, is proof in itself.
Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so I know my style can be a little bit off-putting to some people, but I like to create offensive art. I just like to be loud with my art. It's basically, I think, things that we all feel or think at some point, but we don't have the courage to say it.
Right.
So I create it. That's just what I see. I think that the female body is obviously the most beautiful thing that is created. So I like to use that in a lot of my art. And I never really thought about putting it out there for that reason. I didn't want to offend people with, you know, the things that I make. But once I did, the reaction and the turnout that I got is just incredible.
Yeah.
I never really expected or imagined people to be appreciating my art like that, the way that I do. So
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how did it feel for like really putting your art out there for the first time? And
it's
having
scary every
people
time.
having people accept that, and you see like, wow, like people actually like this a lot. I have people that are willing to buy this, spend, you know, money during a time where people
Right.
money
That's
is
another thing.
uncertain. Money is
Yeah.
uncertain for people to come by, and the fact that they're willing to pay you money because it's actually nice.
I
You know what I'm
think,
saying?
yeah. I think every person.
That has to give you like even more.
I mean, oh, it's incredible.
Fire.
I still wake up every day and try to remind myself because it's so humbling, but it's just the craziest thing ever. I say it all the time. Every time I sell a piece, for that whole day, I feel like I'm walking on cloud 9.
Yeah.
It's something that, something that I made to be appreciated in that way. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think all the people, though, who have bought art from me know by the exchange that we've had how grateful and thankful I am.
For sure.
And I know if any of them are listening, they definitely have felt that from me in every purchase that I've done with my art. But I am extremely grateful. And to this day, I mean, this is actually sold. So he's going to have to come pick that up soon. But it's every day
Yeah,
that I sell a
the
piece
value
of art.
might just went up though.
The
so
price
you
might
might have
just
to
went up
renegotiate.
after this, you know?
You know, sorry, cuz, but
Yeah. So I don't know. It always just blows my mind.
No, that's great though.
But
it is great.
But it also makes sense. I want my art to have a home to go and be appreciated by other
Right,
people.
because that's a piece of you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's
It
talk-
always is.
Let's talk a little bit about recent, you know, projects. I know you said you did the mural festival that
Yeah.
Aloysius organized,
In Fishtown, yeah.
and that was the first of that.
That was so big for me.
Right.
That whole weekend was a big event. We had a gallery showing. Shout out to Prism. And my pieces are still showcased in their gallery, which is a big deal for me. Thank you so much to you guys. And Aloysius, yeah, it was crazy. He just mentioned it to me. He was like, just so you know, you're doing this. And I was like, okay. I set the date on my calendar, and when I showed up, it was insane.
Right.
We had just gallery showings one night. Everybody's friends and family were there to see my art in a gallery for the first time. Was just
That's awesome.
insane. Yeah.
So you had the mural festival going on.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you did work in Recess. Recess had you know
Yeah.
a holiday party around Halloween, and you know I think I saw a picture that you put up, and it looked like a pretty decent size.
Pretty
Was that
big.
was that like your first mural?
It wasn't my first mural, but it was my biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my biggest one at that time, thanks to Sam and Gigi. That was honestly my favorite project because they gave me the freedom to do something similar to what I like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
They said just go in there and do you.
that's right.
that's
And
the
oh my
best.
gosh, I had so much fun. I was in there for a week by myself and I was just getting to it every day, but we had a vision. We knew what we wanted. And once it was up there on that wall, like it just had to be completed. And it looks so good. And from
Yeah.
what they told me, they love it too. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Shout out to the Recess family.
Shout
out,
you
you
know,
guys.
That
Ryan
was the
Ryan
best.
Dorsey and
Oh,
everybody.
Ryan, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That really looked awesome. That piece. You did another piece in there too. It was like a little smaller, like
yeah,
a
I did
skull.
it. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
okay.
they let me do 2. That was a really big job for me. So thank you
That's
so
nice.
much, you guys. Yeah.
And then you did a Sueno piece as well.
I did one at Swingo. That was actually my first.
That was your first. Okay.
Official mural. I had done one for Lean and previously. I had also done a couple of with Aloysius out in Graffiti Pier, just messing around.
Yeah,
but-
you did. You said what was it in Lane Johnson's
Yeah.
home gym?
Yeah,
or
he
something
let me
like
do
that?
a nice little piece on the side of his. He has this really cool home gym, and it's
Right.
just a bunch of panel walls. So he was like, spruce this up a little bit.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, I would actually like to go back and do a Philly themed mural.
What
this
about
time.
Carlos at training by Carlos?
Oh my God, that was my first mural.
Oh shit!
Carlos.
Shout out
come
to
on.
Los and High Training.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
high training.
He'll punish me with a workout. Los, I love you. Thank you so much for that opportunity. That was the best. Los was
Shout
my
out to
first-
him. He's
killing it with that gym
awesome.
anyway.
He's killing it with the gym. He's always supporting.
And Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Donnie's also
people.
Real
part of
good
it.
All
people,
good
man. He's
people.
always playing my music in the gym.
This-
I love that.
This is how busy you've been. You can't even.
I know.
It's been-
Honestly, it's been
a lot going on.
Things elevated this year for me, so
Definitely. And sometimes you gotta look back and
it's
like
hard.
the
It's
last
crazy to look back.
like the last year and see how far you came. And
There was
you're
a lot
like-
of milestones specifically this year, so
Yeah, pre-COVID, Chloe is way different than.
I'd
know
like
what
to
I
think
mean?
so.
Right?
I'd like to think so. I believe that.
I mean, we all worked together.
Yeah.
You know, at tradesmen's, and
good times. Good times.
I would remember times where
We killed that.
we would all get frustrated sometimes because, not the fact to be there. We loved tradesmen's and it was an awesome environment and we made a lot of great, friendships, relationships that we consider family. But we always knew, a lot of us, that there was other things that we wanted to get after. And, with anything else that you're not doing for your passion, it could become a distraction almost
Right.
for what you really want to get after. And I was specifically like, I still have the vision in my head of us talking in work, and you would be like, I want to draw, I want to get pieces done, but I don't have the time to. I got to work today, I got to work tomorrow, I got to work all weekend, and then it's kind of hard. It's easy almost to get sidetracked.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, our job took a lot of energy out of us.
Yeah,
So
long
even the
hours.
Yep.
days that I was here, I was really tired. I was
Drained.
beaten down. It's so crazy going back to pictures of when I was bartending all the time.
Like
even
12-hour
if-
days.
Yeah, even if it was only a couple days out of the week, it
You
just it was such a different lifestyle that I was living.
So different.
No sleep, not eating healthy, not eating at the right time. I mean,
Just running around a lot.
yeah, but that was, I mean, listen, I know people do it and people do it successfully, and
Sure.
I owe a lot to bartending. It was some of the best years of my life. But you're right, I was distracted from this, and this is my dream. And I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I would always draw
You would
little
do stuff
pictures.
on like receipts.
Yeah,
And then
on the
leave the
receipts.
receipts
Yeah,
behind the bar.
napkins,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And I
Yeah.
would leave like little pictures for you guys to
Yeah.
find. And I've done that my whole life. I've always doodled in broadcasting school and college and in regular in high school.
Yeah.
Anything that I've done, I had reception jobs and I would sit at the desk and doodle and get yelled at. But
So if I'm a stranger or if I'm a new follower and I'm hearing this episode for the first time and I'm like, you know what, I'm on Chloe's page. I like her art a lot. I want to put in an order with her. Can I get a one-of-one request in with you? Can I contact you? Can I, or is it something where you just make pieces on the go and sell?
so this took a lot of time for me to decide which kind of artist I wanted to be actually. And
Because I might want, you to do a little something for me one day, you
There's
know?
yeah, exactly. Listen, I have a lot of friends who have said this to me many times, and I would love to actually make something for each and every one of my friends. But the reality of it is, that's almost impossible. So,
Right.
you know, I get to things as much as I can. I'm also trying to turn it into a career at the
Right.
same time, and turn this into a business for myself. So I tend to be busy. I take jobs as they come, and then
Yeah.
I try to schedule them accordingly. And I'm always open and willing to hear what people want from me, though, because
I think the best thing for you could just be continuing to put out pieces, and that controls, you know, what people are going to buy or
Right.
going to want. Because
unless
honestly,
it's like a place that you're doing like
Like
a
a-
custom piece at like an actual place,
Right.
then I can see
at
you
a,
getting custom
at a
with.
Exactly.
venue or
Yeah,
something.
venue,
But
yeah.
Right. And then the painting requests, they come along, but it's like I paint when I feel. And this is something that's really big for me to put out there because I've never actually said this out loud, but I really do want people to know that I paint as I feel.
right, you don't want to rush things
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
something that doesn't feel
there's a lot
right.
of people who don't understand that, I think. So that's important for me to say. But
Gotcha.
you know, there's other times that I like to do things for. I try to do things for people as much as I can. I really do like to try and fulfill people's wishes, but it doesn't always work that way with me.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to know that, like, when you hire a creative or an artist, no matter what it is, you know, it doesn't matter what it is you do, you know, they're the creative. So
Yeah.
let them do them.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
give them a long leash, you know, and let them
Yeah.
just create.
Yeah, I am definitely always open to mural jobs. I really love painting with a spray paint. So, you know, when people are looking for murals, I don't mind them coming to me for that.
Another thing recently, you know, I see you pushing clothing,
right.
doing some work with Stitch
right.
Kings.
Yes.
You know, good.
Shout out Stitch Kings.
Yep. Shout out to Roland and shout out to the whole Stitch Kings
Artem,
family.
Josh, yes.
A lot of good people over there. So talk to me about what's going on over there. We got you know, different clothing, shirts, beanies.
Yeah, Izzy, shout out to you too. Honestly, so this is just going to progress as time goes on, but the first thing that I just really wanted to do was get a couple of my designs out there, see the support that I got, and see if this was something I wanted to go forward with. And it took off. So I'm definitely invested in it now. And things are really basic for me at the moment, but that's what my designs usually are, very minimalist.
Right.
And I don't really have a lot going on. But I think as time goes on, I'm going to come up with more creative designs and things like that. So
Definitely.
Yeah,
we're going to see where that goes.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, it's been really fun though lately, and I think people are getting a kick out of the things that I've been making, and I'm hearing that it's all great feedback so far.
Yeah, I mean, I personally
quality.
know people that bought, you know, shout out to my boy DiVincenzo. You know, he bought a shirt off you. It looks
Thanks,
awesome. You know, it looks awesome. He said the fit is great.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to buy a piece of clothing, do they just go to like a
Head to
website?
kvcart.com.
KVCart.
kvcart.com.
So, you know, with all this time staying busy, you know, working on projects, it seems like you have, you know, project after project after piece going on. You know, Chloe's busy, you know, and she's staying active. Where does Kloe find time, if she even is interested in, you know, talking to a significant other, a man, her love life? Like, is she entertaining people? Is she just staying out the way and just fucking head down working? I mean, you know, how's
Yeah.
Kloe doing on that end?
So I'm not gonna lie. Ever since we've been out of the bar industry, it's just been so much of me with my head down, focusing on my work.
That's good.
Every day that I wake up, I just have a different goal, and I'm a very hands-on type of girl. I love getting my hands into something, so I always have something new I want to try.
Yeah.
I do find free time mostly just for going on hikes with Blue, and that's the best way that
Yeah.
anyone could spend time with me if they wanted to, is
Mm-hmm.
to just get out in nature with me and my dog when it's time, because other than that, I just want to be left alone and let me do my business.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been really no time for dating this year, so.
Yeah, I mean, you just really not shit you could do anyway. I mean,
There really
honestly,
isn't. It's-
things
it's
are
really
shut
hard.
down. I hope
It's
a lot
hard
of
time to
people.
date.
Yeah, I
It
hope.
really
Yeah,
is.
unless you want to go for walks through the city.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to eat dinner outside on Chestnut Street
That's not
in the
happening.
freezing cold.
No.
You know, I don't know what people.
Dating is
think.
lazy these years anyway. People don't make an effort, even if there was restaurants open.
Right.
It's my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, that's good. Though. I do always see you out with Blue. You know, you do a lot of things because he's an active, energetic
Yeah.
dog. You know, so the fact that you take him on hikes and different trails.
That's
you
what
know,
we love,
I'm sure you
though.
guys both love that together.
We love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I just love being outdoors in general. I just love getting dirty and doing things. So if me and Blue could go on hikes or
Do you feel
climb
like you
rocks-
gain any inspiration from doing shit like that?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Anytime I need to clear my space, I'm outside. I'm out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's definitely where I gain inspiration. Absolutely.
I feel that way for traveling. You know, anytime I come back from a trip, I feel like you kind of think the same way. You know, but coming back from a different place, like not
Yeah.
Philly, not Jersey,
Yeah.
something we're used to, I come
Yeah.
home
It's refreshing.
and I'm like refreshed. I'm ready to get after it more. I want to, because you don't want to just stay in this bubble. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, you see how much more is really out there.
Yeah. It's repetitive.
Right.
I just don't like repetitiveness.
Talk to me a little bit about, you know, some of your biggest turnoffs. Biggest turnoffs that a guy or somebody, you know, if you see somebody out there.
I have a lot.
Because I mean, I'll tell you, my first, you know, major turnoff, like, you could be the prettiest girl in the world, but if I see you lighting up a cigarette, that's it. You could go from a 10 to a 3, like that, very quick.
Oh, I'm particular about that as well.
You have anything that, like, you know,
I mean,
baby,
for me,
baby dads or like anything that throws you off?
like my biggest one is probably, honestly, there's too many.
Too
Like that's
many.
my problem.
It's hard to
All right, I
choose.
really can't. I don't know how I feel about an extreme socialite. Somebody who has to be
Out.
every weekend.
I'm not about that either.
I mean, I really like to kick back and just enjoy like a good weekend in sometimes. But I mean, I also like to go out. I really can't stand somebody who has to be out all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Center of attention. That's silly. Another big one for me, I guess, would be social media.
Social media.
If you are just huge
So
on your
consumed,
social media,
so consumed by it.
It's a little bit of a
Yeah.
concern. You know what I mean?
I know.
sure.
But I don't know.
How about you, Pop? You got any?
Social media is like,
You got any-
it's really just a tool.
Yeah, it should be. It should be.
But do I have any? I mean, yeah, there's tons. Like you said, I agree with you on
the
cig-
smoking,
the
cigarettes.
smoking. I agree with the, you know, when they're out here turning up so much, you know, filming the you know, your story on taking taking a shot together and stuff like that. Like,
Right,
I don't
the
know,
cliche.
I think the cliche, you know, is taking a story you guys like drinking. I'm sorry, but I
Not
think
the
that's
move.
dead.
It's a bad carry.
It's a bad
Right.
carry.
Yup. It is.
Sorry, that's dead. I want to see you like, you know, ambitious, have a drive,
Yeah.
go after other things. What are you doing? How did you pivot because of COVID?
Goals
How-
are sexy.
How did you pivot? Yeah, you know what I mean.
They
It
are.
is
Stuff
just
like
to
that.
know that somebody is consumed by something they love doing.
And then I'm gonna throw like a personal one out there. I'm big on like. this is-
Let me hear it.
I just like on girl style. There's something that if I see a girl wearing like wax shoes with their outfit, it's-
Really? Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, it's a big thing for me.
Okay.
Like
just like some
So
damn,
wait, I
some
have a
damn,
question.
just like some
damn,
basic,
some damn Daniels, like
You guys,
some crazy shit.
do guys really hate Doc Martens? Is this a real thing?
Doc Martens.
I don't
Because
really,
I know so many guys who hate them.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why I could be stupid right now, but I can't picture a Doc
All
Marten.
right.
I might have to Google it right now. I don't know why I can't.
So you guys don't like Crocs, or you do?
I'm chilling with Crocs. I was telling
Actually,
you
yeah,
in
he
the
was
airport.
tell-
I'm
he
like, yo,
was.
I'm ready to buy
I
a
mean,
pair
they're
of Crocs
super
because they're so
comfortable.
comfortable. I'll walk to the store.
Doc
to the
Martens. You mean
airport.
these?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
I know
Yeah.
so many
I
guys
like,
who are
I
hating
lo-
on
yeah,
them.
I
Nah.
like combat boots. I'm a little bit
You know
different.
who you are.
Nah.
I'm a little bit different. I like different styles.
I'll tell you right now, the one thing that a lot of girls are out here doing and they think it's a wave and they're sadly mistaken is
TikTok. I'm just kidding.
TikToks, whatever.
Nah.
But
yeah.
shoe wise, since we're talking shoes, Jordan 1 mids are a very, very bad carry. It's not it. I'm telling you right now. On my foot, I'll take it off right now.
He just wanted to talk about his shoes.
This is a Jordan 1 high. If you see something that's cut right here, and girls are rocking them like they got the new pair of, you know, most crazy.
Yeah.
You'll see, man. A lot of memes are going around because it's
Ladies,
it's
take
not
notes.
it. It's definitely not it.
Yeah.
Um,
Style for me.
But listen, no, I agree with you
Yeah.
guys. I feel like a lot of things that turn off for me is just, you know, same thing. Like,
Oh my god,
I like-
another one.
go ahead.
I have to get into this. Guys, stop being sexual and stop sliding through the DMs being sexual. It's not cute. No girl wants that. It's
Like
just
right
too,
off the rip
it's
on the
so
DM, like
eager.
coming out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's annoying.
I mean, I think that's a given.
I
But
mean,
there's guys out here that
you
just
would
don't
think
know.
Like
right?
very-
that these guys just don't know.
Well, like acting too thirsty, like
I mean,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. I just like different shit, okay? That's all. I feel like a lot of people that I come across in the city and even Jersey are kind of very similar. You got a couple good people, you know, a few good gems, you know, guys and girls out there. I feel like it's a small handful of us, but I just like different shit because, like, I want to do different things. You know, I kind of, not to say that I get bored easy, but if I ever go out and if I ever do things, you know, I kind of like a little adventurous stuff. I like kind of doing something that I haven't done before.
Yeah.
I don't get too excited doing the same shit,
I love trying new things.
going to the same clubs all the time, same bars. Definitely very unattractive to me when girls are out here every weekend on, you know, tables, and, you know, we call them bottle rats. I mean, they just go from table to table to table. And it's just, I know every time I go out, I'm probably going to see these guys or girls out every single time. Because there's some people that just don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And it looks better when you stay home or you stay out of the mix and pop out randomly than when you're out here and it's expected. I think it's a very bad look. But that's me, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep my judgments to myself, but
Yeah.
personally,
It's good to hear, though. I'm sure there's people listening to this episode and taking notes right now. 'Cause
Take
we know there's guys out here on Chloe's radar.
I mean, just be adventurous and honestly,
Be yourself.
Funniness
Funny.
wins me every
Funny,
time.
walks
like
in
that.
nature.
Yeah. Guys, I just feel like are so eager. Like, I don't want to say eager or desperate, but I mean, just,
Too much.
yeah, where's the patience?
Do
these
less.
days? Do
Yeah.
less. Stop trying to rush everything. Stop trying to rush into my life. It's so crazy.
What is your thoughts on, like, dating apps, right? Like a Tinder or like whatever, Bumble, whatever the fuck
Goodness.
people are doing.
Are you listening?
Because I don't know if people are on there, like, guys versus girls. I'm really not sure, like, what people go on there for. I know people that might be on there for a relationship, maybe to hook up with somebody, or maybe I even saw people go on there just to promote their business and their brand.
I have never been on a dating app. I tried Bumble,
Love
I think,
that.
years ago
Yeah.
after like one of my breakups, but I used it for a quick minute and it's just not my style. Like, I'm not hating on anybody who uses it.
Yeah.
That's not how I can get to know somebody. It's
Right.
I just feel like in the world that we live in, we talk to so many people through through
phones and devices.
technology
Yep.
exchange, so that to me it's not special.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I want to get to know somebody on a special level,
like the
technology is not
organic
going to do it.
run into somebody randomly organically.
Becoming friends with
Yeah.
somebody first would be, you know what I mean? I mean,
Oh,
just
yeah.
organically
Yeah.
running into people. I mean, if the right guy came along over social media, that, you know, I'm
Whatever.
not saying don't shoot your shot, but also,
Yeah. I personally think it's weird as shit, the dating apps. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you because I don't have the time to text or to message, you know, because if
I feel
I'm
that.
sitting here swiping and I have a whole variety of people that I could come across, I don't have the time to talk to fucking a million girls, let alone, you know, even one or two girls right now. I really don't. And I also feel like, you know, being on that shit, it's you're too accessible.
it's so time consuming.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I think it makes you very,
Very
accessible.
accessible.
I don't
Absolutely.
want to be in that demographic or that tier,
Right.
you know, because it's just a compilation of people just fucking throwing in,
Yeah.
and it's just a game. And I think, truthfully, you know,
Accessibility is a big one for me because just because I own a phone doesn't mean I always want to be on it. It doesn't
Right.
mean that I'm always available to you. I think that's a very important thing. Like, we need to set boundaries on when we want to be available to people because I don't always want to be available. I like my time and I like it private.
yeah.
So
I lose interest very quick. I mean, I'm the type of person I don't enjoy small talk. And I lose interest very quick. I
no
mean,
small
It,
talk.
it seems like it's just something that's forced. I don't like
Exactly.
Yeah.
trying to force anything.
even like texting though. I'm saying, like, I don't even like texting sometimes. You know, I don't have time to text. If I'm really texting you, then that's a sign that I might really be interested in you. But like, I don't really.
Well, we know you're a FaceTimer.
Oh, I'm a face.
Everybody knows you're a FaceTimer.
If
Oh my
you
god. 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, nope.
Everybody
if
knows
you
Rob's
get a FaceTime from me,
Then
just
you're-
consider you within
that little
in this.
yeah.
Because I'm heavy on the FaceTime.
Oh,
He's
I'm
heavy
so
on
happy
the
on the
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
I'm heavy on this randomly Because honestly, you see people's reactions when you're talking. I'd rather tell you an idea or tell you
Yeah.
something and see how you're
reaction.
fucking feeling or what you're thinking. I see your expressions on your face.
Oh, you should.
I like it too, though.
You know?
I think something I didn't in the beginning, but
Right.
I'm starting.
You know who I got the FaceTime shit from? Jay Wright. Jay Wright was
Jay.
heavy on the FaceTime. And honestly, I'm like, I'm just gonna start FaceTiming people. And
Yeah,
you
it
know,
hits different.
it does hit different. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't let you see my face at 9 a.m. None of that.
No, none of that.
I'm like, this is serious? Are you kidding me?
Automatically on pause.
Yeah. No, denying. He
Right
knows it
away.
right
I
away.
understand.
He knows it right away.
Talk to me about like, you know, some things that, you know, people might not know about Kloe, like who she is, and aside from the art. I mean, I know you very well. Cristiano knows you very well. You know, I know Slipknot is a huge thing for you. Blue is a huge thing for you.
Yeah.
You got a weird fucking obsession with knives.
I do.
That's your
I
shit.
do. I love
But, I
knives.
mean,
Yeah.
You know, talk to me because I feel like Kloe as a person is very, you know, different and unique. You
Well,
know?
I'm a little shy too. That's another thing people don't really know about me. I have an outgoing side, but I'm also a little bit taken back and a
Takes
little
time.
shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time. I think I have an image that comes across as like loud and presentive, but I really like to just be taken back a little bit. And I feel like sometimes it's hard for people to break through that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But
When they get through.
yeah, when they get through,
a
I
whole
mean,
different
I'm
side.
I'm just a very loving, adventurous sweet girl, but I have a really dark side. I
You
love
do.
my knives. Yeah, I love my
Yeah,
Slipknot.
you
I
like
don't-
your shit, and that's what makes you you.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, I don't know any other fucking girl that listens to fucking Avenged Sevenfold, Slipknot, that kind of music.
I know one, and she's my best friend, Courtney. I love you. We've
Courtney.
been going to these kind of concerts since we were
No,
kids.
that's
yeah.
awesome. Like I like saying stuff like that because, you know, a lot, especially around here in the city. I mean, it's a lot of typical shit. That's what I say. Like you run into the same, you know. So when you see people like yourself who have different interests, have different passions, you know,
Yeah.
it makes somebody, you know, more versatile. It's funner. It's different. It's refreshing almost. You know.
I definitely am big on not being judged by my cover. I don't want people to look at me and assume they know me. I feel like everyone has a story, and you need to know that. And if
Yeah.
you don't, you're really naive.
Right.
Like everybody has a story, and you know, you can't just guess. You know somebody just by looking at them. And I think I want people to know that about me because I'm judged by my cover a lot. I have been my whole life, so it's something I'm used to.
Without actually knowing you.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
knowing me. And that's actually something I don't mind. It's one of my favorite things because when people do get to know me, they're pleasantly surprised every
Right.
time. So, yeah. I mean, I'm a pretty cool chick. I dig myself.
Yeah, you definitely are different, and I think a lot of people when they know that side of you, I feel like they definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but listen, Kloe, you know, we appreciate you, you know, jumping on this episode, finally making this shit happen and being a part of the season. You know, I know a lot of things coming your way in 21 from KVC Art.
Definitely.
So, you know, listen, just everybody out there, keep doing your thing, and it's good to see, you know, you guys, everybody out there, you know, that we even know taking advantage of this time, and yourself included. You know,
Yeah.
you're a spitting image and a model, of really going from 180 degree. It
I
really
mean,
is.
there's really nothing that I don't want to get my hands on. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to stay busy. I'm always going to be moving on to the next thing and teaching myself something new. So stay tuned because I have a lot of good things coming for next year. So
A lot of stuff
Awesome.
coming.
definitely.
Till next time.
KVCart.com.
That's right.
That's it. Talk nice.
Talk nice.
Bye.
Yo, what's going on, Talk Nice Nation?
What's good?
And thank you for checking out today's episode.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Make sure you visit our website, ttmnbrand.com, where you'll find all upcoming announcements, our latest clothing drops, and future events.
Yes, sir. And also, for anyone interested in collabs or potential sponsors, hit our email at ttmnbrand@gmail.com.
That's right.
Let's get it.
Show you what these